In planning my study abroad experience, I wanted to go somewhere new and exciting, so I hopped on a plane to Manila, the capital of the Philippines. What I didn't expect to happen was that my heart would be broken over and over again by the people, the stories, and the experiences in that country. There was no possible way for me to return to the life I had left behind, as I carry those things with me today. But the most unexpected and life-altering of those experiences was in the Warriors. The Warriors are members of the Paralympic basketball team for the Philippines. They practice at least once every day in preparation for their qualifying games. This is on top of working at least 9 hours every day, as well as helping to cook dinner for their families and grappling with their own physical disabilities in a country that pays no mind to accessibility laws and regulations, inhibiting them from living normal lives. I had the distinct pleasure of getting to know 8 of the 11 members of the Warriors team as they lived and worked in the community for people with physical disabilities that hosted me while I was in Manila. When I first arrived, I was really nervous about going into their community as I couldn't speak the language, Tagalog. Plus, I was around people with physical disabilities and that made me uncomfortable. I didn't know how to stand or sit or kneel in front of them, and I surely didn't know how to ask the questions that were always on my mind. What happened? Have you been in a wheelchair all your life? What is it like? Those answers came as we developed friendships together. I would sit with them while they worked, and some of them even invited me into their homes with their families for dinner. The best part for me was that I loved to play basketball, and so I was able to bond with them over our love of the game. The Warriors taught me how to play wheelchair basketball too, which was so hard. These men were more than warriors. They were fathers, brothers, employees, and friends. But certainly they are fighting a battle every day. To learn about their struggles and to be able to share life with them is to this day one of the greatest blessings of my life. While I was in this community for people with disabilities, I learned more about what people are capable of doing rather than what they are not. In the Philippines, I learned how to walk with people who were unable to walk. I was challenged and I was torn apart by the stories I heard every day, and by the realities of my newfound friends, of which I was oblivious to before going to the Philippines. And when I came back, I felt like they were so far away. And they were. They were 8,000 miles away. But then I was given a chance to recognize how far I have come, and how going abroad opened me up to the ways in which others can fill my life. Earlier this year, I was on a run through Forest Park when I noticed there were a ton of people in wheelchairs around the area. I came to find out that it was the US Open for wheelchair tennis taking place that day. And then all of the memories from the Philippines came flooding back, and I felt like I was home again. While I was watching the games take place, one player came up to me and began talking to me about his match, and also asking me about my life and my family. That moment was small, but for me, it was huge. To me, it meant I was still connected to my friends in the Philippines as much as I could be to people in St. Louis. This global experience did not have to remain 8,000 miles away, but it could stay with me in very real ways. I carry my friends with me today, and I use their stories to continue to push me to engage with people who are different from myself.